welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello, my name is Megan. Today I'm going to explain kind of where I've been in the last couple months and what this budget looks like moving forward. So at the beginning, I'm going to do like a little chit chat, and then the second half of the video, it's going to be the full March monthly budget. I'll show you guys all the pages that I have and write down the budget with you guys. So please stay tuned for that. If you don't want to hear me ramble, just skip forward a little bit to listen to the budget. But right now I'm going to explain what I have been doing the past couple months. So in the last couple months, I haven't filmed or uploaded, which is crazy to me because it just feels like a couple weeks ago I filmed and uploaded, but I've really been focusing on work and my family. As some of you may know, I have started working in the insurance industry in December, and it's a very hard job, especially that in BC and all across Canada. You need to pass a fundamentals exam or a CABE 1 exam to hold a license to sell insurance. And so far I have taken 2 tests, and so far I have failed 2 tests. So this is why this budget looks a little different, because I am taking my exam on the 9th. If I fail, I lose my job, and if I pass, then I obviously keep my job. So things are a little bit crazy for me right now. My anxiety is through the roof, and just adding YouTube and Instagram to that fuels the fire instead of helping. So I have decided to just take a step back while I tried to do the first 2 exams, and I want to just do a quick update with you guys so you know that I am alive and just kind of run through what the worst case scenario budget is going to look like for us if I lose my job. So I'm going to touch on how I would lose my job right now. I take my last fundamentals exam on the 9th. It tells you a score of a pass or fail right away. I need 70% to pass. It's 100 multiple choice questions, and they're not just simple multiple choice. They are the hardest goddamn questions you'll ever find. So it's very difficult. If I fail that exam, then I am done my probationary period and I lose my job. But there is another way. You know how I said at the beginning of the video that there is either fundamentals of insurance test or a CABE 1 exam. I could do my CABE 1. It is just a little bit of a different test. It is 10 key terms, 10 multiple choice, and 26 short written answers. So you get to explain your thoughts rather than just doing a multiple choice exam. So that might be easier for me, it might be harder for me, but I have to pay for that on my own, and I have to take it on my own time while I'm off of work. So when I always budget for the worst case scenario in case something happens. For example, my husband usually gets paid around $1,650 to $1,700 per paycheck, but I always budget $1,500 in case he has to have a sick day or his hours get cut for some reason. That's just the worst case scenario for that month. So in this month, this is where I'll start to talk about the March monthly budget. So this is a page from printacalendar.com. This is where I write out all of my bills, all of my paychecks, and all of my events. This is just a great tool to have. Even like the past couple months, I haven't been tracking every transaction, but I have referred to this every single payday to see what bills I need to pay and whatnot. So this was last month, or this month that I'm currently in. I still did my budget. I haven't been tracking, but I still have my budget, and I still made my priority goals. So that's great. So this budget starts on the 5th and it goes until the 1st. I do my husband's paychecks just because I don't know if I'll be getting one. I might actually do a secondary budget for if I pass my exam. That way you guys can look at the complete difference between if I have a job and if I don't have a job. So I am working this week. Today is the February 28th. I'm working this entire week, including Saturday, taking Monday off to prep for my exam on the 9th. I'm actually going to write that in. Oops. Exam, just so you guys know as well. So yeah, I'll just go over the budget super quick for the monthly view. So my husband's paycheck is on the 5th. He starts the whole month off. So we have Jeep. I have a Jeep payment every 2 weeks. That is $267.33. I'm going to try to explain everything, all of my bills, because I know I have new subscribers, so I want to be thorough in explaining my numbers. Rent $500. As you can see, I do a Jeep payment every 2 weeks and rent every 2 weeks. I pay $1,000 in rent each month, but I find it easier splitting it up into 2 paychecks of $500 each. My kids will be going to the babysitters this entire week because myself and my husband are on day shift, so they're going to be there from Monday to Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday I have family members watching the kids just to take a little bit of the money stress off of us. I do live in British Columbia, Canada, and insurance is very high. That's why my Jeep insurance is very high. Again, my exam, electrical $181. I have my brother's birthday on the 11th, including Wi-Fi on the same day at $85.80. Then I have my check. If this is the worst case scenario and I fail that exam, this is my last check, so it'll just include this week and that's it. So it's going to be half of a paycheck, so I have to prepare for that too. I have my car insurance. This is for my husband's little work car. Gas, this is gas for the house, not our vehicles, so that's to heat the house. I pay Beachbody every month, $20.11. It's just a healthy habit for me. I have my nanny's birthday on the 19th, including my husband's second paycheck of the month and child tax benefit. If you don't know, I live in British Columbia, Canada, like I just said. We get a paycheck each month. It's just a benefit that helps families with children. I've talked about it many times in my previous videos. Again, I have Jeep and rent on the 19th. I put little arrows there. My husband's iTunes. Cell phones, we have new cell phones. As you guys may know, I do have an iPhone 11 Pro because of my filming for YouTube, so I upgraded to that. It's actually only about $7 more a month than the cell phones that we had previous that were like iPhone 8s. So it's a nice upgrade for only $7 more. iTunes, oh yeah, and we have way better coverages with the phones that we have now, which is amazing. I had my iTunes due on the 25th and then my mother-in-law's birthday on the 26th. I have my US credit card. This one is a little bit hard to explain. I usually make a minimum payment of $700 a month on that credit card just because that's the minimum that I've put on it since paying off my last credit card. But this month I have to do $190.48. I think the minimum payment on it is like $70. It is my last credit card. It's around $3,200. That's the only credit card debt I have left. So I have to make that adjustment there. So bills and food are our first priority when it comes to these worst case scenario budgets. Making extra debt payments of, an extra $500 is not a priority at the moment when we have to save to buy food. I have bank fees at $29.90. That's just what we pay, my husband and I, for each of our accounts at the bank. I've talked about this numerous times and it's just what it has to be for now. Preschool, my son goes twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, so that's $59.48 for the entire month. Now let's go into my monthly setup. Just so you know, all the pages from now on are from my Etsy shop. It's called BudgetQueenShop, so go check it out if you're interested in any of these pages. I offer, I think, 27 different varieties of budget sheets that are PDF printables. You have them for a lifetime and you just get to print them off whenever you want. I absolutely love them. I've tried numerous types of budgeting methods and this is the one that works best for me and my family. It's very personal to use, so use your discretion, but they're very cheap PDF printables. So anyways, this is my daily spending tracker. This is where I keep track of all of my spending. I I usually do one every 2 weeks, so I actually have extra in my extra pages. I just need to pop one back in there. This is my weekly spending tracker. This just keeps me on track of week to week how I am doing with our monthly budget at the top. I don't know how I would budget without this. It just is a weekly check-in on how I'm doing with my spending, and it has definitely helped me with paying off $20,000 worth of debt. So that is that. I have my bi-weekly budget template number 2 in blank. I do have one that I have filled in the titles for you guys. I like the blank version so there can be some diversity in your budget. Use whatever titles you want to. So one bi-weekly budget for each budget. And then this is my monthly budget page. Sorry if it looks orange underneath. I should probably put another page underneath. All right, I got it all fixed up. I hate when I could see the orange divider underneath. So this is March 5th to April 1st, but I'm not gonna put the April there. At the top of every budget, I always put income. That is our main focus, is income. And my hubby always goes first. And he, again, makes more than $1,500 every 2 weeks, but that's what I budget. So $1,500 for 2 weeks is $3,000 a month. And my name is Megan. And since I have that half of a paycheck, if I do end up failing this exam, is $800-ish, probably more, I don't know. And child tax benefit is the $790 a month. So altogether our income is going to be $4,590. Still quite a bit. I'm very excited that we are able to work with quite a bit of money still. So usually my husband makes around $3,300. I make around $2,600, and the child tax benefit is $790. So compared to what it should be or usually be, that's probably half of what we should have been making, but that is okay. I'm grateful for that $4,500 that pays the bills and gets groceries in our house, so that's all I am happy for. I don't, however, budget in YouTube or anything. Anything extra goes to my credit cards that I make on any platform of my social media, so I never budget in that money. So bills, we have a lot. We have Jeep first. I pay that twice a month, so I'm just gonna put ×2. It's $534.66 for the Jeep. Next we have rent. I'm going to put that ×2 as well because I pay it twice. That is $1,000. Next I have Wi-Fi. That is due on the, oh, I thought it was the 8th, but it's the 11th. That is $85.80. And then cell phones, I'm writing really fast, sorry guys. 23rd, I think. I am not positive on that because I haven't got the bill yet. $225. Jeep insurance, we have due on the 8th. That is $175.19. Next we have car insurance that is due on the 18th at $89. If you have any questions about my bills, please leave them in the comments below and I will answer you. Sometimes when I go quick in these videos, I end up skipping through things, so that is my bad. Electric, that is on the 10th, it's $181. And gas, again for the house, not my car, and that is $49. We have iTunes for my husband. That is due on the 20th at $11.19. That's his Apple Music. He has the $10 edition or whatever, because he has so much music and that means a lot to him. So if it's $10 a month, that's what it will be, because I can't say anything because I have my Beachbody that I paid $20 for, so it's definitely give and take. $4.19 for mine. I have the extra cloud storage because of my photos. We have Beachbody due on, I think, oh, this one's the 18th, 2011. And then because if I will, oh, that was supposed to be babysitter, oops. Because I will be off if it's the worst case scenario, I will either keep the kids at home or I will put them at the babysitters. I haven't decided that yet. That's why I only put the amount for a week. It just depends all how I feel with studying for this other exam at that time. So I'm going to write a really big arrow here and put the extra bills continued there. The other bills are preschool, and that is $59.48. And we have bank fees. Bank fees, $29.90. So altogether, our bills section is $2,569.52. So over half of our budget. It's a lot, but bills are what keeps our house running, and that's what we have to pay. So anyways, we'll do expenses now. I like doing expenses in this bottom corner, but you can pick whatever box you want. I've had these categories for a very long time. Make it personal to you and your family what categories you want to do. It is all what your family's priorities are, so these are mine. So we have groceries, gas, eating out, my husband's spending, my spending, kids, household, and other. So for groceries, we are budgeting $800. Where I live in my very small town in BC, it is very expensive for groceries, especially since we eat a little healthier, but we have been doing very good. And when we are very strict with our budgets, we are very strict with our grocery spending. So I think we'll be able to do that no problem. $150 for gas. We do have to travel a lot to the babysitter's house. She lives about 15 minutes away, so 30 minutes twice a day, so an hour of driving a day just to drop the kids off, which is annoying, but it's worth it. I hope to save a little bit there with not having to travel that much, with the kids not being there a lot, but that's okay. Eating out, I don't know why I wrote so much, but when I have anxiety or I panic, I usually don't eat or I don't like to cook, so sometimes I'll eat out or get a coffee every day, or like I just want to be prepared for if I end up spending money on eating out. I should have just done like 40, but I've already written the budget, so that's what it is. So 25 each for allowances. I just thought give us some peace of mind with that. 100 for kids, still buying wipes, formula, and diapers, so that's that. 50 for household and 50 for other, just in case. Others, like a miscellaneous catch-all category, just random stuff that comes up. So altogether, that is $1,330. If we need to crunch the numbers a little bit to move them around, we will be very strict with our expenses. It doesn't have to be that big. We could cut down on gas, of course, eating out, no allowances. We could have done, you know, some smaller for the kids and not have in other categories. So there is some wiggle room, but not necessarily a good thing. Debt, I have my US credit card. Again, this is my last credit card that I have to pay off. It has about $3,200 on it. So I'm paying it off very fast, but this month, not so much, as I'm going to make a payment of $190.48, and anything extra from either YouTube, my Etsy, any extra money that I make from my paycheck will go to the debt. So that is that. There we go. And then miscellaneous. this is just random stuff. So we have birthdays. Like I said, we have those 3 birthdays. So what I've done is I have done a $150 budget, and between the 3 of them, I'm going to make that work. I can't make it any more, can't really make it any less, so I'm just going to do the best that I can. If I have to take this alternative route of taking the CABE exam, for the first attempt, I will need to pay $400, and hopefully if I fail my fundamentals, I'm able to pass this CABE one. It may seem like a lot of money just to take a test, but this money compared to what my wage is nothing. So for me to go out of my way to do that amount is worthless to me, or it doesn't mean anything to me. I'd rather have my wage than just pay a $400 test. So $550 for that section. So let's write our totals at the bottom. Income, we have $45.90. Bills, again, we have $25.69.52. Expenses, $13.30. Debt, $190.48. And miscellaneous is $550. And we have a zero-based budget. When your money is taken in, it's distributed out to all of your categories, and there's 0 remaining. So I love doing that. I know it seems like an awkward time to come back and do a budget, but when it's a worst case scenario budget, it's like this for me. I need that accountability of filming and uploading for you guys so that I am doing my part in doing my budget. When it's such a tight budget like this, there's no really wiggle room, and I need to be on it when it comes to budgeting, or else we will find ourselves in an absolute mess. So yeah, this is worst case scenario. I might do another budget of if I pass, just to see the difference in between priorities, goals, what we have going on. If you'd like to see that, please leave it in the comments below. I think it'd be a very interesting video to watch. So just let me know if you'd like to see that. I'll actually touch on something that I've done the past couple months. I went dress shopping for my wedding dress. My wedding is in October, just so you know. I got my ring size, so I'm able to wear my engagement ring all the time now, which I'm excited for. Just been studying, taking care of the family. Yeah, just not too much, but just some updates about the wedding. Super exciting. Maybe I haven't bought the dress yet, but I still have that money in savings. So when I do want to buy that dress, if there's nothing else available, then I'll let you guys know, or maybe show you guys a picture. It'll be interesting to see. So anyways, thank you guys so much for being patient with me. I know I take frequent breaks from YouTube, but that it's just for mental health. I'm very big on mental health and really listening to what my body needs, and when it needs a break from something overwhelming, then I will take a break from it. So please keep me in the back of your minds about this exam. I take it on the 9th, and I have the worst anxiety. So if you could leave positive comments in the comments below, that'd be great. It definitely helps me out on staying positive, and knowing that I'm able to do this definitely helps. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. If you walk